No, I ain't got shit to prove. No, I ain't broke no more and I don't owe no foe, but I still ride with my two. You so concerned about my real life, and that's alright. But who are you? Just another nigga with a strap. It don't take rocket science to shoot. You don't know shit about getting bricks out. You probably still work true for true. You don't know shit about on your blood cause you paid your bills with all that loot. How about your baby about to be born and he don't got pampers, wipes, or food? How about your mama fucking your best friend and y'all both just finished school? But it's okay, she thinks it's cool. You're in her way, it's time you move. And you just paid all her damn bills, so you feel like a fool. So what do you suggest I do? You think you know? You got no clue. So please don't tell me what you think I ain't been through. I don't give a fuck down like me. I say I don't give a fuck down like me.
Welcome to AJ Y'all know, of course, on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, and this is my day. Everybody know that I'm going on vacation as well, too. So that's next week. Will I record where I'm going at? Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. It just, if I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. But I do want to talk about the Democrat convention, National Convention. I want to talk about it. I want to talk about, I'm going to play some little snippets. I am going to make y'all know, I'm going to put my own opinion in it. If you don't like it, that's your problem. You can always turn away. I'm just going to say what I want to say. Okay? Okay. And I'm going to talk about Mosby. I'm going to talk about her. I'm going to go at it today because, let me see. I'm trying to get the video up when Mosby said that she's not going to prosecute. She's going to shut it down. She's not going to prosecute it anymore. So I'm going to talk about her. I definitely have to talk about her. But DNC, let's talk about that. Today, it's a shame I just got on here and I'm up here trying to get it. I was running a little late today. Okay, let's talk. Today, I'm going to have a little snippet about Hillary Clinton, what she was saying. She was talking about policies. And I'm going to also play... I'm going to play a video. Excuse me. Sorry, people. I am so sorry. I'm just I was looking at something. And we're going to hear Hillary talk and and I'm going to state my opinion how I'm going to vote. I tell everybody, I'm going to vote for Hillary. Trump have nothing to offer. I really don't really care about Hillary, but I have no other choice and I can't afford to not vote for someone. And Hillary is definitely going to get my vote. I'm also going to talk about, we have a young lady that is running for Senate here in St. Louis. No, I'm not going to talk about her. I'm going to have to talk about her when I come back because by that time we'll see if she got a result or not. But she's the first African-American woman that's going to run in St. Louis. And St. Louis is a very racial place to live at. And I can't wait till I finish so I can go and get my JD so I can get the heck out of here. Definitely trying to get into Rice University. I'm already in school. But I'm definitely trying to get there so I can go ahead and get my JD. I'm pre-law right now. So, doing that. But other than that, I'm gonna play a little snippet what Hillary had to say, and I'm gonna make my own opinion.
Bernie, your campaign inspired millions of Americans, particularly the young people who threw their hearts and souls into our primary. You've put economic and social justice issues front and center where they belong. And to all of your supporters here and around the country, I want you to know, I've heard you. Your cause is our cause. Don't let anyone tell you that our country is weak. We're not. Don't let anyone tell you we don't have what it takes. We do. And most of all, don't believe anyone who says, I alone can fix it. Those were actually Donald Trump's words in Cleveland. And they should set off alarm bells for all of us. Really? I alone can fix it? Americans don't say, I alone can fix it. We say, we'll fix it together. Tonight, we've reached a milestone in our nation's march toward a more perfect union. The first time that a major party has nominated a woman for president. When any barrier falls in America, it clears the way for everyone. After all, when there are no ceilings, the sky's the limit. Whatever party you belong to, or if you belong to no party at all, if you share these beliefs, this is your campaign. If you believe that companies should share profits, not pad executive bonuses, join us. If you believe the minimum wage should be a living wage and no one working full-time should have to raise their children in poverty, join us. If you believe that every man, woman, and child in America has the right to affordable health care, join us. If you believe that we should say no to unfair trade deals, that we should stand up to China, that we should support our steel workers and auto workers and homegrown manufacturers, then join us.
Okay, so we heard a little snippet from Hillary in the Democratic National Convention. And like I said, after I play that, I'm gonna state my own opinion. I'm not a Hillary fan. I'm gonna vote for her because I have no choice, and I can't afford to vote for Trump. Trump is not for African American people of color. He's not even for, this is the killing part. He's not even for the people who's rallying for him. He's for himself. He's a centrist. He's a sociopath, I say. He's a cynic and he's a sociopath. He really doesn't care about anyone but himself. And most of the people who go on against their own well-being is mostly these Caucasians who think they should make America white again. That is a killer. As for China, people keep on saying, I'm going to get y'all hip with this about this China deal. Hillary is not going to do it no better than Trump if Trump make it in the office. People, they're not going to go against China. China own America. We owe China millions, billions, and trillions of dollars. Don't believe the hype. If y'all gonna sit up there and say, we're gonna talk to China, we're gonna tell China about the trade. Listen, you're insane if you believe that bull crap. China own everything up in America. So when you think that China do not own everything in America, when you hear Hillary or you hear Trump saying that they're going to tell China to this, no, please, just no politics. They telling you what you want to hear. Again, I'm still going to vote for Hillary, but at the end of the day, don't believe the hype if you think they're going to tell China what to do. China own America. We owe trillions of dollars to China. Hell, Washington, D.C. is built on American ground, but China own it. China own all the ports. So just learn your history when you hear these candidates talk about, we going to tell China about the trade. You going to get bombed. Simple as that. Hillary had a great speech. She talked about policy that Trump don't talk about policy. He just said, I'm going to put a policy in. He never mentioned any policy because he's a pimp. Pimp tells you what you want to hear. So you can go out there and sell your ass. Trump don't have no policy. He will not have a policy. You don't want someone to have a temper. I'm going to play some more snippets of what Hillary was saying. Let's listen a little more.
If you believe we should expand Social Security and protect a woman's right to make her own health care decision, then join us. And yes, if you believe that your working mother, wife, sister, or daughter deserves equal pay, join us. Just ask yourself, you really think Donald Trump has the temperament to be commander-in-chief? Donald Trump can't even handle the rough and tumble of a presidential campaign. He loses his cool at the slightest provocation. When he's gotten a tough question from a reporter, when he's challenged in a debate, when he sees a protester at a rally. Imagine him in the Oval Office facing a real crisis. A man you can bait with a tweet is not a man we can trust with nuclear weapons.
And I said that a long time ago. How could you trust Donald Trump with nuclear weapons? If he doesn't get his way, he'll go right into the office, the Oval Office, call everyone in there, all the generals and everything, and say, I didn't get my way. I want to get my way like a little baby. And them lips, you can imagine his lips poking up. His hair might fly off. Who knows? But who can trust this guy in the Oval Office and being president? He called people names. People, if this man make it in the Oval Office. Now, I'm going to take you back. When President Obama was trying to get complete control. Now, y'all know that the Senate and Congress can give the president complete control, Nick. And when a president have complete control, if the Senate decide to give that, then he don't have to answer to no one at all. That's the reason why they created the Senate and Congress, so that the president have to answer to them. But if the Senate and Congress decide to give complete control to the president no longer have to answer to anyone. This is where martial law comes in play and FEMA. A lot of people think, oh, FEMA here. it's going to save us. FEMA have a clause that they can make you out of slaves. I want you guys to go and look up FEMA. Start reading about FEMA. FEMA can take control of you. So when they decide they want to give, now this is a hypothetical question, answer and everything. What if Trump make it into office? Trump have a lot of people in Congress, in the Senate, because he's all about money. He have a lot of people back him up, little did you know. So he make it in office and they give him totally control and don't have to answer to them. I want you to think about it. That is something deep to think about. If he get totally control, he's already arrogant. He's not even saying we. He's saying I. That's why I call him a cynic. That's why I call him a sociopath. He have total control. He's going to tell these other countries what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. How long do you think America is going to be here? How long do you think America will exist? You fail to realize that these other countries have nuclear weapons as well. Then he'll try to bomb these countries. Let me tell you something. We're going to do this. Imagine a world owning America. Imagine that. Imagine a world only just Americans. You will not get half of the food that you get in America if Trump bombed all these countries. America learned that long time ago. That's why it became diversified. If you think you want to be all white in America, then so be it. But half of you Caucasians don't want to do half of the jobs that we do. You want to go into office and try to control people. Because that's basically what you don't want to lose control. So you turn around and try to control people. I think y'all need to think before doing anything. I think you guys need to get out there and vote. Bernie Sanders, people, she never put it out, and she really said what she mean. Listen, you do have a better chance with Hillary than you have a chance with Trump. Bernie Sanders brought out a lot of good ideals. He brought out a lot of good ideals. And Hillary, you have a better chance for Hillary to listen to it and might put it in play than you have with Trump. You have to hear me. Stop thinking that you wouldn't have a better chance with her. Well, done talking about Hillary in the Democratic National Convention. It is over with now. But I want to talk about Marilyn Mosby. First of all, I give her kudos. I really give her that because she took it all the way from here to there. Usually don't even make it beyond the grand jury. So I give it to her, and it pissed me off when people ask for her resignation. Why? She did more than any other. Mike Brown, prosecutor, wouldn't even let it go. Beyond. Tamir Rice. All these never let it go beyond into a courtroom. So don't ask for this woman resignation. Vote for her again. Vote for her. She got cameras, body cameras on the officers. She got cameras inside the vehicle. That the only mistake that she made, instead of you being focused, and I know you're a lawyer. I'm going to be a lawyer one day, but you're a lawyer. But I want you to understand, I'm going to be the best lawyer you can ever think of. Civil rights lawyer. Yes, I am. That's why I study and do the things what I do. But I want you, if you listen to me, I know she might be not, but I want other people to understand. The mistake that she made, it wasn't about the inside of the van that you should have focused on. It was the incident what happened outside. Because evidently you saw the man maybe was already dead when they put him inside that van. He couldn't even walk. They was lifting him up. He wasn't walking. His head was lumped down. So to me, he was already dead. That's where you made a mistake. And you should focus. Everybody makes mistakes, Miss Mosby. Everybody makes mistakes. This is something you need to learn from. Don't focus what's inside. You should have focused what's outside. What was on the outside? What actually happened to him? Okay, these cops got off. These cops killed that man. He couldn't kill himself. Now all you have to do is hand $6 million and that'll take the pain away. This man doesn't exist. So you cops can go on with your lives and live your lives. Remember, what goes around comes around. Something might happen to your family member. Something might happen to you. And a lot of people say, I can't believe these African American brothers and sisters, they ain't saying that. They are cops. They're not going to say anything. It's more racist cops there than anything. Not only that, just because they're wearing the skin color that we have, doesn't mean that they're your brothers and sisters. Get it together. Get it together. This is Miss Mosby. She's talking about how she handled the case. And she really did handle it. But I do want to, I put it on my Facebook, the Mothers Are Movement. I want to play that as well. I have to play that. Because they spoke some truth. They didn't want to be up there. So I'm going to play a little snippets on that as well. I'm not going to play all of it because it's like 10 minutes long. And maybe I might be in a good mood. Who knows? But I want
today,
to
Baltimore finds itself at the epicenter of a national conflict between urban and rural populations of color and the law enforcement agencies that are sworn to protect and serve them. It is a struggle that strikes at the basic ideas of self-determination, justice, equality, and sadly, humanity in America. However fitting it is for observers to use the untimely death of Freddie Carlos Gray Jr. as a barometer of our nation's progress on police brutality, my professional role in this matter is plain: to seek justice on behalf of an innocent 25-year-old man who was unreasonably taken into custody after fleeing in his neighborhood, which just happens to be a high-crime neighborhood, and had his spine partially severed in the back of a Baltimore police wagon. As the chief prosecutor for Baltimore City, I took an oath to uphold justice and to treat every individual within my jurisdiction equally and fairly under the law. I take my oath very seriously. Since the start of my administration, we have been and continue to be wholly committed to creating a fair and equitable justice system for all and holding people accountable for crimes that they commit regardless of age, race, color, sex, creed, socioeconomic status, or in this case, occupation. As a chief prosecutor elected by the people of Baltimore City, I made a promise that my prosecutors and I will never cower from our obligation to prosecute crimes where we believe that we have probable cause that a crime was committed. We're sworn to not only uphold the law and hold violent repeat offenders accountable, but we're also sworn to apply justice fairly and equally to everyone, even those that take an oath to protect and serve our communities. As prosecutors, we are servants of all victims and witnesses of crime in Baltimore City, and we fight each and every day to ensure that perpetrators of crime see their day in court and are held accountable for their actions or inactions where there's a relational duty that requires such. We never cowered in our battle for justice for 16-year-old Felicia Barnes, 1-year-old Carter Scott, bicyclist and loving father Thomas Palermo, or Shatia Lansdowne and the various other sexual assault survivors of Nelson Clefford. As I previously stated, the decision to prosecute 6 police officers was not and has never been an indictment on the entire Baltimore Police Department. Although some have tried to invalidate my family's long-standing service as public officers, I know firsthand the sacrifices, the dedication, the commitment it takes to protect and serve our communities. For those that believe that I'm anti-police, it's simply not the case. I'm anti-police brutality, and I need not remind you that the only loss and the greatest loss in all of this was that of Freddie Gray's life. For over a year, my office has been forced to remain silent on all 6 of the cases pertaining to and surrounding the death of Freddie Gray. Despite being physically and professionally threatened, mocked, ridiculed, harassed, and even sued, we've respected and fulfilled our obligation and dutiful silence in accordance with Judge Barry Williams' gag order, restricting any commentary from the state. In accordance with my oath to pursue justice over convictions, I've refused to allow the grandstanding of some and the hyperbole of others to diminish our resolve to seek justice on behalf of this young man. I was elected the prosecutor. I signed up for this, and I can take it. Because no matter how problematic and troublesome it has been for my office, my prosecutors, my family, me personally, it pales in comparison to what mothers and fathers all across this country, specifically Freddie Gray's mother, Gloria Darden, or Richard Shipley, Freddie Gray's stepfather, goes through on a daily basis, knowing their son's mere decision to run from the police proved to be a lethal one. Please know that even though the media has made this about everything but the untimely death of your son, my office has never wavered in our commitment to seeking justice on his behalf. My team of prosecutors, led by 2 highly respected veteran attorneys, Chief Deputy Michael Schatzow, Deputy State's Attorney Janice Bledsoe, right here, and Assistant State's Attorney John Butler, Matt Pillion, Sarah Akhtar, Law Clerk Michael Fiorenza have devoted countless hours and made countless sacrifices to ensure accountability on your son's behalf. I'm extremely proud of my team who never lost sight of why we were fighting so hard. Your son. As the world has witnessed over the past 14 months, the prosecution of on-duty police officers in this country is unsurprisingly rare and blatantly fraught with systemic and inherent complications.
Yes, it is.
Unlike with other cases where prosecutors work closely with the police to investigate what actually occurred, what we realized very early on in this case was that police investigating police, whether they're friends or merely their colleagues, was problematic.
That's right. That's right.
There was a reluctance and an obvious bias that was consistently exemplified not by the entire Baltimore Police Department, but by individuals within the Baltimore Police Department at every stage of the investigation, which became blatantly apparent in the subsequent trials. Although Commissioner Davis was and has been extremely accommodating, there were individual police officers that were witnesses to the case, yet were part of the investigative team. Interrogations that were conducted without asking the most poignant questions. Lead detectives that were completely uncooperative and started a counter investigation to disprove the state's case by not executing search warrants pertaining to text messages among the police officers involved in the case.
Do y'all hear that?
Creating videos to disprove the state's
It was
case
detectives
without
that
our knowledge.
lying.
Creating
trying
notes
to
that were
stop
drafted
her
after the case was
for
launched
prosecution.
to contradict the medical examiner's conclusion, turning these notes over to defense attorneys months prior to turning them over to the state, and yet doing it in the middle of trial. As you can see, whether investigating, interrogating, testifying, cooperating, or even complying with the state, we've all bore witness to an inherent bias that is a direct result of when police themselves. And despite the challenges of not having an independent investigatory agency to work with
I can
us
go
throughout
on
this
and
process.
on with this. I just want you guys to know they stood in front of her and they tried to stop her from really doing a good case. They lied. And when I say they, I'm talking about the police department. They need to clean these police department because they don't want to testify against police officers. Are you serious? Are you serious? So the FOP reacts to the decision of when Mosby decided to drop the they forget that it's a person involved who lost their child, but they react towards her decision to drop the charges against all the officers and everything, and it kills me. It really does. So let's listen to
the
this.
members, the Baltimore City Lives, number 3, we are pleased that the criminal charges against Officer Miller, Porter, Sergeant White have been dismissed. Justice has been done.
Justice has
Our
not
union
been
will
done.
continue to support our officers during their administrative hearings and believe these good officers will be returned to fulfilling their duties with the Baltimore City Police Department and serving the citizens of Baltimore City. The men and women of Baltimore Police Department are extremely dedicated to serving the citizens of Baltimore every day. The comments made today about our officers by Ms. Mosby were outrageous.
Now they're
Not
going to
true.
say it was outrageous. No, it's
The
not.
detectives assigned to the case
How
conducted
that
a very
chi-
thorough
how that man
investigation
died?
into the tragic death of Freddie Gray. But the state's attorney could not accept the evidence that was presented. She had her own agenda. We want to thank the efforts of our dedicated defense team, who
I just want
compassionately
to
call
play
them
that
ethically
little snippet and they get smart at their mouth. Are you crazy? This man was dead. Did you guys kill this man? He was already dead. I'm looking at the picture now. He was already dead. He was dead. They got away with murder. How someone can die. Let's hear some more.
Good afternoon. Baltimore, it's time to heal.
And by the way, this is an
I
African
represent
American.
Sergeant
They
Alicia
always
White,
do this.
my law
They
partner,
go
Tony
and get an
Garcia,
African American person
Mary
to speak
Lloyd.
and talking about it's
We
time
have the
to
other
heal.
members of the defense team that are
Outta
here.
here.
But everyone just go ahead and introduce yourself and your client.
Ivy
Mark Bayon on
Bates.
behalf of Edward Nero.
I'm here. I'm Catherine Flynn. I'm here with my associate Brandon Mead. We represent Officer Garrett Miller.
Gary Proctor at the back with Officer Porter to my right.
Andy Graham with Officer Goodson.
And Michael Belsky along with Michael Davey. On
They're
behalf of
basically they're
Vice
introducing
President
these
right
cops, officers,
Ferlin on behalf
to
of
try to
Officer
make
Susan
them
Goodson.
human. But
Now,
it's a person who
We
died.
would first like
I know these
Freddie Gray
status.
family,
I know how
myself,
they
the attorneys,
try
the trial
to
team,
use,
the
say
officers,
things or
everybody on-
show things by
Anytime
trying to
there's
make these
a-
officers
an
human.
incident like this. It's always a sad time when a family loses anyone, a son. But we also have to recognize on May 1st, 2015, that's when the nightmare began for all these officers.
All those officers. By the way,
that is when
Freddie
we saw
Gray is
the
dead.
State's Attorney for Baltimore
That's all
City
they're talking
walk
about.
down the steps and announce to the world the charges. Announce to the world what they felt and what they wanted the evidence to be. One of the things we began to look at, the defense team, is the role of the prosecutor. As attorneys, we're covered by rules. We have the Prosecutor Professional Conduct Rule 3.8. It talks about the special responsibilities of a prosecutor and that they must A, refrain from prosecuting a charge that the prosecutor knows is not supported by probable cause. We've heard a lot about an independent investigation. I think the words that the Madam State used was a detailed, in-depth investigation. Well,
okay.
The announcement.
That's all I want to hear. I just they're trying to humanize the officers, and I can only listen to certain. You can say if I'm biased or whatever. I don't give a damn. It's my show. I play whatever I want to play. They're not gonna humanize these guys on my nope. Not gonna do it. Somebody killed these Freddie Gray, and nobody's not gonna be accountable to it. This is what I cannot understand. These people are not gonna be held accountable. I can't comprehend it. Not at all. But I did say that I wanted to play the mothers of the movement. The mothers who actually lost their kids. And by the way, Mosby, if I was in there, I would definitely vote for you. You did something that other prosecutors who are men didn't do. So I want to give you kahootas. You got it, girl. Got it, woman. Do your damn thing, you know. But anyway, I'm gonna go over here and listen to. I want you guys to listen to the Mothers of Movement, and these are women who lost their kids.
His life ended the day that he was shot and killed for playing loud music. But my job as his mother didn't.
Another African American.
I still wake up every day thinking about how to parent him, how to protect him and his legacy, how to ensure that his death doesn't overshadow his life. Here's what you don't know about my son. When Jordan was little, he wouldn't eat a popsicle unless he had enough to bring out to his friends.
You can look him up.
He loved practical jokes.
Loud music.
He liked having deep conversations with me about our love for God and how God could allow such pain and suffering. I lived in fear that my son would die like this. I even warned him that because he was a young black man, he would meet people who didn't value him or his life.
I can't believe today was a good day.
Ever have with their child. Hillary Clinton isn't afraid to say that Black lives matter. She isn't afraid to sit at a table with grieving mothers and bear the full force of our anguish. She doesn't build walls around her heart. Not only did she listen to our problems, she invited us to become a part of the solution. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep telling our children stories, and we're urging you to say their names. We're going to keep building a future where police officers and communities of color work together in mutual respect to keep children like Jordan safe. The majority of police officers are good people doing a good job. And we're also going to keep using our voices and our votes to support leaders.
Let's start here, Trayvon Martin, mother.
Participant in this movement. I would not have signed up for this or any other mother that's standing here with me today. But I am here today for my son, Trayvon Martin, who is in heaven. And also for his brother, Javaris Fulton, who is still here on earth. I did not want this spotlight, but I will do everything I can to focus some of this light on the pain of a path out of the darkness. Hillary Clinton has the compassion and understanding to support grieving mothers. She has the courage to lead the fight for common sense gun legislation.
And that is enough for the Lord. And you know what the killing part is? That Paul Ryan still got his way and nobody's not voting for the gun policy. Isn't that crazy? Gone, Paul! Gone, Paul! Do your ching, you know? So anyway, I just wanted to play some of these snippets today to let you know whatever decision you make, good decisions. I hope you make that decision that will help the nation. I hope you sit down and start thinking about what will help the nation and who will help the nation. Don't look at yourself as a Caucasian or a person of European and think, this is what I want. This is not what you should think about. You should think, who can help the nation? Who is not going to be a bully? Who is not going to have bombs drop in America if you try to dictate? And that all boils down to Trump, how his practice have been through the whole year. So, people, I want you to wake up, smell the coffee, get it together, and let things happen. I love you guys. Time for me to go. Wait, hold up. What am I play today? Should I play some uniting music? What? I don't know. Let me see here. Should I play some uniting music? It's time for us to unite. All this, I want to make America white again. I want to do all this. I don't understand why people have to judge by the color of skin. People may say, you judge by the color of skin. I don't. Believe it or not, I don't. I judge how you treat me. And most people of European and white have treated me like I wasn't shit. I didn't say all. Didn't say all at all. I said most. Most. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good day. Let's unite.